Hello and welcome to the first one of Polly Versus. I'll be fishing against the matrix consultants, be it here or abroad, on all different venues. And we're kicking off the first one at Peatland Pools, as you can see, lovely venue, lovely day. And I've got an easy one, Jamie Hughes. I'm looking forward to this and hopefully I won't show him up too much. I mean, he's qualified for, is it Fishermania once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, won it 3 times. So it should be a good match and I'm really looking forward to it.
Right, well, it appears I'm the first victim that Mark's got a fish. So like I said, we're here today, Peatland Pools, we're on B Lake today, which both of us, we've not got a flipping clue what it's going to be like. We've never been to the place, we know nothing about it. So it should be a bit of a different one, a bit of a feel either way in. But hopefully I fancy my chances still. So he's come to a commercial, and after all, he is a bit old. We had to talk him out of fishing the pensioners match, to be honest, when we first got here, but fortunately he stuck with us, so hopefully we'll give him a best and see if we can teach him a little bit.
Right, we're just about to do the draw and Craig has come up with this concoction, Horizon spools of line, the new Horizon line. We've got to choose one and the person with the highest diameter chooses the peg. And we've got pegs 21 and 22.
Yes.
So, would you like to choose one?
No,
first?
after you, mate.
Age before beauty?
Yes, I know.
Right, let's...
Oh, you went big. Oh, I don't think I can beat that already, can I?
It goes up to 24.
I'll go for that one. Oh, we don't mess about. We don't mess about.
Go on, you choose.
I'm going to choose this one just because it's the closest walk.
Yeah, you would. Lovely edge peg. Unbelievable. What have I got?
Yeah, what are you going to go? 22. That'll be lovely, that. Yeah. You got to slip way for the boat to come down later on.
Yeah, but you've got the sun here.
Well, I think it'll be nice and fair where we sat on a nice bank with a nice bit of open water. That should be all right.
Right, we're all set up, ready to fish. As you can see, our nets have been out drying. Fishery rules, you must dry your nets, and with drying your nets, it kills any disease that you might spread from another fishery. It's so important. With fisheries saying, stake out your nets so they dry before you put them in 50 minutes before the start of the match.
It's a good rule, that, isn't it? And today's been perfect for getting them.
Yeah.
Lovely, hasn't it?
Yeah. Another, we can use, well, there's no rules. We can use ground bait, we can use whatever pellets we want. Which is good. Fish as deep, as shallow as you want, length of line between pole tip and float and all that, so no guidelines.
What are we going to do then? We're going to have a 4-hour match?
Yeah, weighing after 2.
Yeah.
So we're weighing after 2 hours.
That'll be a bit interesting just to make it decide whether we have to change what we're doing or that.
Tactics and that. But, well, let's get fishing. Good luck, Jamie. You're going to need it, mate.
Thank you.
No, just locking my van up. You can never be too careful around Scousers.
Oh, right. After yesterday, I'll accept that one. Right, we ready?
Yeah.
All in there, mate.
Right.
Best of luck, Mark.
And you. There's two in front of me, £20. Gee.
See that bright orange thing on top?
So he was giving himself away, isn't it? Only a baby.
One of these £20, gee.
At least they cut. Oh, that one is £20 that's about to eat you up. That's massive. This could be all right. This could be a bit different than expected, mightn't it? Right, well it's going all right. So we paired us a mugged one, which neither of us really expected to do. All of a sudden he popped up just before we were about to start. And then it's dead clear that fish want to feed, do you know what I mean? I've gone straight in down the edge. I saw a couple of carps swimming along down the edge. And they put their head straight down on my bait, because with us being pretty much pleasure fishing, there's a chance of the fish coming in early. So because they did, because of that, I thought, yeah, get a bit of bait in, see what happens. And I've gone straight in, another bite instantly. So it's from a fish that we didn't know that we were going to catch. It was from an F1. But a good sign, you know what I mean? Mark's on same, straight in, goes straight a bite straight away. There's definitely some fish feeding. It's going to be good by the looks of it. Just to catch that quickly down the edge. It's definitely where they want to feed, but that could be because today, with it being so hot, it's where they want to be. I mean, everything wants to be up. We've got a bit of water out there. We've probably got 7 foot when we go long. So it's unlikely they're going to want to be in that today. Not on the bottom anyway. So what I'm doing, just down the edge, I've gone for my usual micros and corn. And hopefully they come in on that. So that F1 was straight on it. The only thing I'm worrying about now, if they were F1s, is whether I've gone too far. Yeah, I've gone 13 metres because it was a little bit shallower down there. Just to try and get away from myself, because we've got a bit of noise going on, so I thought I'd get out the way and see if they come in. But maybe I don't need to. I'm gonna put a shorter line in as well, I think. So I can find the same depth on my top kitten one. So I'm also going to feed that just in case they really are willing today. There's a lot of fish down there. I think there's a lot of little fish as well. That's like 3 or 4 indications I've had. Maybe the micro pellets aren't the best idea today. So I know that the regular lads here fish a lot of corn. So that might be why. Maybe there's a hell of a lot of small fish. And we've got to get rid of them before, or we've got to fish baits to avoid them maybe. I don't know, we'll have a look. I'm already changed my mind about this edge. It was good for a quick fish then, an F1, but it ain't right, the carp aren't on this. Definitely not. It's the wrong fish on that, so I'm going to come off that straight away. Good for a couple of fish later on maybe, but not yet. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So now I think I'm going to revert back to the plan match. I'm going to go long on deck with 6 mil pellet. The size of that for a roach. Mark will be made up with them. Do we have to have them separate? Let's do it in case. Right, so I'm going to leave that. I'm not even going to feed it, I'm just going to leave it for a minute because I think we're actually a little bit too early being on there. We're getting a little bit too giddy. So I'm just going to go back out to where we were with some 6 mils and fish on deck and see it definitely needs to be selective. I'm learning that already. But there's a hell of a lot of other fish in here that we need to keep away from, or we need to not catch if we can help it. There seems to be a lot of carp as well. There's plenty cruising about, but none of them are coming near us. We upset a couple catching them quick, and it's as if everything's backed off and gone out the way now. So we need to do things properly. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I've got about 6.5 foot of water out there, nearly 7 foot. So I'm just going to fish through the water. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's going to want to be hard on the bottom today. Everything's going to want to be feeding through the water or shallow. So by fishing a lovely little slow falling rig, I might get a few bites on the drop. You know, it gives me a chance of catching fish on the settle and on the bottom, instead of fishing a nice positive rig. So I could have mugged him. Is it worth whizzing in? You just got to be careful when they're doing this sort of thing. I've done it so many times, wasting loads of time, shipping in, shipping out, racing all over the place trying to catch muggers. When in reality, you're best off just sitting, doing what you're doing, and you'll catch a few more fish that way. So I'm going to ignore them because there's not enough swimming about yet to warrant sitting there patiently with a pole in my hand, or with a mugging rig in my hand rather. So get in on it quick, so I'm going to mark one down the edge of that one. Let's see what that is.
I'm just having a little look in the margin. I'm fishing just down the shelf. I've just had a nice F1 down there and I missed a couple of bites, just an early look. I did mug one, I see Jamie mugged one early out with our cruising. But not knowing what's in anything, it's just carp, but that was a lovely F1, so I've got a margin peg down there. It's like a shorter line, I'm just a little bit of corn out of hand. About 5-6 metres. I'm just dinking a few hard pellets out there on a 13-metre line. I'm just filling me way in at the moment. Plenty of bites down the margin though. You know, sometimes you expect too much and you have to take it a bit easy. There's definitely fish down there, floats moving about.
Not even a good bag, it's possibly the worst catapult I've ever
Well, obviously there's a lot of F1s in this lake, so... And all me and Jamie saw cruising around was just big carp, so I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of everything. Well, there's a lot more smaller fish in here than I thought.
There is, mate.
Apart from them big ones you're getting, obviously.
Yeah, but I'm cheating almost. I'm only mugging the big fish, innit? It's just
Yeah, a lot
like
of
you
small
say,
F1s,
you feed
Jamie.
It just seems loads of little ones, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's like,
Well, I've tried all my lines now, and I feel that margin's best. On plenty of bites, but small fish.
Yeah.
Whereas
You see many carp down there, though, Mark?
Sorry.
You see many carp down there?
No, there was some swirling earlier down there, some mud coming up, but I've gone in the deeper water.
Yeah.
Whether you would catch tighter, I don't know.
It may be late, isn't it? It's just a bit.
But all 3 lines I've caught off the bottom now. But I've not seen them swirl where I've been pinging.
No.
I mean, you just got to pull it in front of one and hope he takes it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I've not had a single fish over me bait yet, shallow. Everything's been mugged, sort of.
Yeah.
They're definitely not willing to feed shallow yet. But it's carp, isn't it? It's as if they're just sunning themselves and waking up, isn't it?
Yeah. So apparently the lake's quite deep on the other side. We're fishing the shallower side, and it's deep here.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? What have you got, 7 foot?
Yeah, you must
There's
have.
plenty of water still, isn't there?
Takes a long time to warm up.
No, I think it'll get good. Signs are definitely there that they'll come and have a feed. They've not swam away from us or nothing. They're in the area.
Yeah.
I think we've just got to wait for it to get a little bit later on.
There don't seem to be lots of them though.
No, not at the minute. It's not helping Craig skylining us all the time as well.
Well, yeah.
Know what I mean?
The cameraman can be a pain at times. He's all right though, he's my size. Well, I'm getting plenty of bites. All I can catch is F1s. I've had a few roach, a couple of carp, 1 barbel. I see an odd one cruising in front of me. It seems like they're coming from Jamie's side, but he's done brilliant. He's had some lovely fish. But by pinging, they don't come to where you're pinging. You just got to drop it in front of them as they come by. I just haven't seen enough fish to warrant sitting there just pinging and looking, but I stand up and I can't see any. And you can see him come from Jamie's left. But he's done brilliant ones he's caught. He's had 1 real nice fish. Really pleased for him. So I'm well behind on weight, not fish numbers, but weight. But there's nothing you can do about that. It's a pleasure to watch him. I just got to hope maybe some fish move in this margin in here, or maybe some come from that corner in front of me. But I just can't see any fish at all, and Jamie keeps seeing them, dropping it in and dobbing them. We'll have to change it from weight to fish numbers, I think. Give me a chance. A lovely fish in here. Got some real nice F1s, small ones, slightly larger ones. James would eat that one. Look at them, beautiful fish though, absolutely immaculate.
Right, well we've had nearly 2 hours, I think we're 5 minutes short of it. And I'm happy, I've got a few fish in the net, I've probably got 60, 70 pound I think. What I'm not happy about is how we've caught them, or how I've caught them in particular. Oh, that was bad, oh, that had to come back for that. Because I've mugged everything. Which is all nice, I've got a decent weight in the net, but there's no consistency to it. It's not going to continue if the fish don't want it to. That one I'll have it. So my plan, it's definitely slowed up a little bit. The last 15-20 minutes, there's definitely nowhere near as many fish visible swimming about. So the last 2 hours, I'm just going to fish down the edge. There's definitely plenty of fish coming into the edge. What they are, I don't know. I think there's an odd carp, but I think there's a lot of F1s coming into the edge as well. So that's a carp just swimming away there now. So they are coming and visiting, but whether we're able to catch it enough or fast enough down the edge, I don't know, we'll see. But I've definitely got to make a move to feed. I mean, it's no good just relying on mugging, because all I need is a little bit of wind to turn up, or the fish to just decide, right, it's time to have a feed. and I'm not going to catch anything. So I've got to have my options covered to what to do next. So it is, I've been feeding a bit of bait down that edge. I've been feeding some corn just to try and stop my peg getting full of little fish, because it seems that these little F1s seem ravenous. If you're putting any ground bait or soft baits in, they seem like they're straight on it. So I've just been feeding some corn. So there's another F1 leaving me peg there. So you're seeing them come in. I think I'll catch steady down there when we go on it. But I'm going to leave that until that's going to be my second half of the match. Other than that, no, we're happy. What is really weird, we've got really big F1 swimming past, is that you can't catch any fish shallow over your bait. There's absolutely no fish whatsoever over my feed today, shallow. I mean, you'll catch them dropping a rig around a fish when you see it, but if I actually sit over my feed, the only thing I'm likely to get a bite off is a little tiny F1, which is quite strange, but I suppose it's just carp waking up earlier. That's just how it is that time of year, I suppose. But no, other than that, I'm happy. So I think we're about due that half-time weigh-in. So we'll have that, and then it's time to make a change.
Okay, right, we're going to weigh in now. You've done very well, Jamie. Some nice fish you've had. Mugged some nice fish.
I think I've been very lucky.
Oh, easily double me, but I've had some nice F1s. Shall we get my fish out first?
Yeah, let's get them done.
Let's get them.
And then quick half time. And then everything changes. Time for a bit of edge dwelling, we hope. So the lake's definitely changed. It's all gone quite quiet. There's no fish cruising anymore. For the last 10 minutes, neither of us caught a fish shallow. So I think it's going to be a bit of an edge match later on, which will be a bit different. Whether them big uns will feed, who knows? But it's definitely going to be a very different end. It's like one of them catches you used to catch
on the canal park, yeah.
Wasn't it? I was going to say 37.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
We're happy with that, boss.
Right.
What's in that one, Mark?
No, that was a... Oh, it's like that, is it?
Come on, right, come on.
I'd put them all in one net.
I'll get me little net for you.
Let's just... Yeah. Okay, Jamie. Oh, lovely fish. Look at the size of these ones. Here we go. $25.6. You having that then, Jamie? Oh, lovely. More big boys. Lovely, Jamie. 44.2. Well done, Jamie.
Lovely. Thank you, mate.
Look at those. Open them up. Let's have a look. Beautiful
All very
fish.
similar, aren't they?
Yeah. Nice big fish. Well, that's the first 2 hours. I've had 37.7. And Jamie, you've had?
Yeah, 69.9.
Yeah. Well done, mate. That's the first 2 hours. We had some lovely fish there.
That's
Beautiful fish.
Got really lucky with them big fish in front of me there, didn't
But like we was talking in the match where they didn't come, an odd F1 was there where he was pinging, but
yeah.
the big fish,
they?
I saw just a few, but you saw them and you could only see them, but not all of them were feeding.
No.
If you put it in front of them.
Definitely not. The only ones you catch are the swimmers, aren't they?
Yeah, it shows it's just starting to warm up. Well, the water's on, they're just moving about, getting the feel for it, but not really feeding.
No.
Although it feels warm for us, we oh yeah, and you don't take it.
Yeah, I think things are changing now. I think, like I said, they've all disappeared.
Yeah.
So hopefully, maybe
they might
they'll
have gone
a feed
down
later
perhaps,
on.
but my margin, where I've caught all my fish really, I could catch a few odd F1s out there. That started to take a lot of bites, and I started catching a few small roach and little tiny F1s. Whether it'll get better, well, only see another 2 hours and have another weigh in.
Yeah, load of 10 pounders, that'll do.
For me, please, for me. Are you ready, Jamie?
I am, mate.
Okay, another 2 hours. Let's begin.
Go again. I like this. 2 matches in a day.
Here we go.
We'll start as the last one finished. That's a big lad. Don't remember them. Right, well, I've gone with the all out down the edge for this last little couple of hours, and I don't know if I'm starting to regret it, because it's really hard. It's just not knowing. I mean, not being here before and not knowing what could happen, what's going to happen. It's quite tricky, because I've had 2 edge lines. I've had a long one to start with, obviously, that I started on first thing right away this morning, and the fish come straight on that. I fed that with micros and corn, and what's been immediately clear that we're feeding micros is there are millions and millions of little F1s and roach and just nuisance fish in general in here, and as soon as you feed anything soft and squidgy, they're on it. So because of that, I've swapped my long edge to our pellet. I mean, I'm just cupping in a full cup of 6mm every go, and I've got an 8mm on the hook, and I'm still catching little F1s. But excuse me, there's definitely an odd carp starting to come in the peg now. I'm seeing the odd one come in. I think I've caught one, but I think I'm expecting something to happen a bit too quick, so I'm still a bit unsure where to go. I'm going to continue on this long one because I'm putting fish in the net, although it's just randomly gone a bit quiet this cast. But I've also swapped the shorter one that, again, I was feeding corn and micros on. I've swapped that completely over to a hard pellet, just to be more selective and just so I can make a load of noise, load of racket, get some fish in the peg. So even with an 8mm, I'm catching a hell of a lot of little tiny fish that at this time of the day I don't want. It's almost been like a back to front jobby. You know, I caught all the big fish early on, or the bigger fish early on, and now we're catching these. I mean, that's on it. You almost can't get that in his gob. Right, not your standard 10-ounce F1 bait, is it? An 8mm Coppens pellet. But we're putting fish in the net, so I'm feeling comfortable because we've got that lead. I've got 30 pounds, so I can play about a little bit, but it could all change so quick if them big fish turn up. So there's millions in here. We've seen loads swimming about earlier on of some real big ones, so they only need to feed for half hour and 3 or 4 bites and you've got 40 pound instantly. But we'll see what goes on. I don't want to force anything yet, because if I really go for it, I could end up filling my peg full of little F1s and making them really erratic. Or ultimately I could kill my peg off altogether if I'm not careful, if I put too much of the wrong bait in the wrong place. So while Mark's in the same position as me, I'm just going to keep on plodding along. There's a cat down there now, but will it get to that bait before a little 10-ounce F1 does? Who knows? I'm going to carry on. So what I should have done, I don't know if we're allowed, it's the reason we didn't. I should have just tidied my bank up a little bit. I should have put a few bits away just to make sure I could have got even tighter in. It's so important to get as tight in as you can. So right into the edge, so that like where the bottom starts and where the side finishes. But I haven't done that, and it's definitely costing me a few fish by not doing it. But again, the last thing I want to do is break any rules. I don't know if you're allowed to do that here, so we haven't. Well, it ain't too bad. So if they're that big, I didn't mind. These are nearly a pound in, I suppose. There's been an odd carp swimming about again. So they're muggers. We've mugged them at exactly the right time, because the ripple now has just wiped it out completely. You can't see what's going on there now. So we weren't catching any blind, just over the feed. No carp anyway, so it's worked out perfectly, that. Catching them early fish while we were there, and then moving on to these, almost a back to front match. We'll carry on, see how it goes.
Well, I'm fishing down the edge again, but I've come closer in. I've had some bigger F1s. That's a little carp, that is. I've dobbed one and I dobbed another one, but that come off a good fish. But they're definitely feeding better now in the margin, but not like the carp coming in. It's all F1s. This is a carp, but all the others been F1s. Small ones. Just fishing corn, feeding a few Hinders micros dampened off. You know, I was thinking whether a bandy pellet might be better. I was getting plenty of bites and plenty of fish, but no real big ones. A couple of £2 F1s. There's plenty of fish down there. Floats knocking about all the time, whether summer roach. A lot of small F1s. I see more fish out in front within the first part of the match, but they just don't seem interested. And put it right on the nose, dob it in front of them, and they just swim away from it. Another F1. Lovely fishing though here. Fish are in beautiful nick. I think the bigger fish are just waking up where it's quite a deep lake. Catch them all day long, they're lovely. Just hook the corn through the hard corner, not the open end, so as it stays on if you miss a bite. He's tapping in the corner micros each put in. Kept the ground bait out because of the roach in here, there's a lot of roach in here. But whether I get any big fish down there, I don't think so. I think just the F1s. There's a lot of fish in here though. A lot of fish. So it won't stay still. I can hear Jamie catching behind me, he's getting one a bung. F1s. F1s, Jamie?
Yeah, all F1s, mate.
Yeah. You need to slow down, you're catching too fast.
They're not big enough though. They've got a little bit bigger.
That was a better fish that pulled out.
12 rounds, ding ding. Sick and tired of the whole damn thing, yeah. Stick a move in the ring. You can hit me with the words you fling out. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. Be lucky if I stick around. Maybe foolish, but I ain't a clown. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, 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 no. Got the belt like a king. Heavyweight champion of the whole damn thing, yo. Full of gas, full of spin. Jekyll and Hyde, you're the evil twin. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, you're never gonna. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, no, no. Be lucky if I stick around. Maybe foolish, but I ain't a clown. No, no, no. You're never gonna keep me down. You're never gonna keep me down. No, 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 no. Down, down, down. Down, down, down.
Alright, that's it, mate.
We done?
Yep. Well, that's the second part of the match, the 2 hours gone, and the weather's been fantastic. I'm on 37 something at the moment, and Jamie, you're 69. So I weighed first the first half. So if you weigh first this time, so if you bring
Can we get one?
one of your nets up.
Get me little one.
Lovely. Right. 17:13.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, don't start that one. 55.6.
Thank you, mate.
Lovely, mate. Right, well, that's £73 1 ounce, Jamie. Well done again, mate.
Thank
Let's
you, mate. You wanna
get
them
mine.
out?
Only a few in here.
Did it?
Yeah.
You see him? 14.10. That's a bream.
2 bream in there.
$34.15. You know, that were $49.9 for Polly. So we're going to leave it over to the boss because we've got a clue what's going on to see what the scores are.
Well, we've totted up the weights and I've been well and truly beaten. Well done, Jamie.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant, brilliant match. Really enjoyed it. I've had £86 to Jamie's £142. It's been cracking. The first session was brilliant and the second session even better really for bites and fish. I think it still needs to warm up a bit probably to get them bigger fish maybe to come in the margin more.
Yeah, definitely.
But this Peatling's pool, I mean, it's the first time I've fished it. What a cracking venue. I mean,
yeah, considering we both fished, we've only fished 4 hours as well.
Yeah.
We've both never been here, so
yeah.
we haven't got a clue what we were doing to begin with, so it was a bit higgledy-piggledy, wasn't it?
And each lake is similar, just absolutely cram-packed with fish. We didn't expect or knew what we was going to catch. We both had a barbel each. I got the Rudd Cup and the Eyed Cup, so that's my claim to fame. But we've caught some lovely F1s, probably up to £3, I've thought some of them.
Yeah, some proper ones.
Carp up to probably £8. It's been brilliant. I had 2 skimmers, one a pound, one £1.50, but just 2. I needed sort of about another £80. No. But no, it's been brilliant. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant fish. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Right, when we planned to, we'd never been here before, so it was a bit of a feel our way in jobby today, but basically my plan at the start was to fish one edge line when I found a nice depth, to plumb up a short line to potentially fish, and to fish a long line both on deck and shallow. Well,
I fished, I had set up originally 1, 2, 3 lines, but 4 rigs. I had a margin rig, I had a short rig at about 5 metres, I had a long rig at 13 metres, and then I had a shallow rig, but so I could dog because there was a few fish cruising around.
So as it turned out, it was all a load of rubbish. It turned into, my shallow rig became a mugging rig very, very quickly in that first 2 hours because there were fish swimming about.
Cut a long story short, I've caught a few F1s long with a banded pellet on the deck. I've had a couple short on a banded pellet.
And my edge line, it was where I spent the second 2 hours, but I originally planned on soft baits, some soft micro pellets and some corn. And just through fishing it turned out to be the completely wrong thing because there were far, far too many small fish.
I've caught just out, probably a metre out in the margin in slightly deeper waters because I thought it was too shallow. But I then changed that the second part of the match and come right tight in, feeding corn and 4.5 mil hinders feed pellets, carp feed pellets.
And although we're getting bites quickly, I wasn't putting enough weight in the net. So swapping that to our pellets, just quick, whizzing the hook length over. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't quite the right rig it should have been, but it was enough to catch plenty of fish just by feeding hard 6 mils, and hopefully that got the job done. But I'd have still done it a lot different if I come back next time.
That's the only thing I'd probably change, is maybe pouring ground bait in the margin and just seeing if that would work. But there's a lot of fish here, a lot of fish. Obviously Jamie's got the better of me, he's done very well, but it's a fantastic fishery. I'll definitely be back here again. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it, and catch me next time on the bank.